you know about diet? There's Atkins diet, Beachbody diet, cabbage diet, there's all kinds of diets. You never know, these very confusing messages. Mark is going to talk and try to persuade us, the audience, from personal experience about another crazy diet that makes no sense at all. But once we have sifted through this miscommunication and we can think correctly, we should have a great understanding of our bodies and what fuel we should use. So let me welcome Mark Pilkington, the Ketogenic Diet. Mark Pilkington, the Ketogenic Diet.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. This evening, it is my job to persuade you to try something crazy and weird, and it may not make any sense at all, but I promise you by the end it should make a little bit of sense. It's called the Ketogenic Diet. Anyone ever heard of this before? 1 hand, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Okay, amazing. It starts me off better than 0. The Ketogenic Diet is very weird. It is basically consuming 60% of your daily calories or more from fat sources. You're going to eat a lot of fat on this diet, but 30% of your daily calories from protein and 10% or less from carbohydrates. Now, Mark, why would you want to do this? Thanks for asking me, Des. The ketogenic diet has a lot of benefits. For one, most males tend to be able to follow this protocol very easily. It is also extremely healthy. Although it may not seem like it, your blood sugar drops down to almost nothing on this diet, which actually results in incredibly positive heart health for anyone who's ever tried it and been studied. It also will turn your bodies into fat-burning machines. This is my favorite part about the diet. And the third thing, it has a weird benefit where it is the best anti-cancer diet on the planet. I'll dive a little deeper. As I started with, 60% fats. It sounds weird, it sounds gross. I promise you by the end, you'll be a little more convinced, hopefully. The reason we're doing this is all of us generally are eating something called the North American diet or Western diet. Okay, I want you to put your hand up and keep it up if you've eaten in the last week any of the following foods: bagel, toast, bread, cereal, pita, potato, sweet potato. Okay, everyone's hand is up. The reason why it's called the North American diet is because everyone eats these things. It's very common. Your bodies are running on glucose. When you eat carbohydrates, they convert into an energy source called glucose. Well, on the ketogenic diet, you're running off of fat. And after you eat all this fat, your body creates something called ketones, which is why it's called the ketogenic diet. The doctor discovered it. Ketones are just an energy instead of glucose. Ketones, however, do some cool things. When you burn all the fat that you've eaten, your body is going to then start eating all of your body fat and turning that into these ketones that you use for energy. So it's the fat-burning diet that will turn your body into a fat-burning machine. If you happen to be crazy enough to couple that with any sort of exercise, then by the time you've gone through the calories you've eaten and versus the baseline of what you need to survive, your body is going to start melting all your body fat right off because it's using it as energy. Doesn't that sound kind of neat?
Yeah.
I really like it. I've been doing it for about a week and I've already lost 5 pounds, so it's kind of cool. Secondly, it's not as hard as you think. I find as a man, I can eat a lot of things that I really enjoy. For instance, bacon is one of my favorite foods. You can eat a lot of bacon, butter, coconut oil, macadamia nut oil, avocados, this kind of thing. Also, eggs, anything without carbohydrates. Cheese, one of the best things out there. You can eat almost unlimited cheese. Just anything without carbohydrates and sugar. This is going to have a lot of benefits for us, health-wise. This brings me to something else. the anti-cancer part of it. Glucose is something that your body is producing when you're eating carbohydrates. And guess what? Tumors love glucose. However, tumors cannot use ketones, which is what fat gets converted to as the energy source that I mentioned earlier. Ketones cannot be used as energy for tumors, so actually you starve them. This was recently discovered, and it makes me very excited because I don't really want cancer. I don't know about you guys. So the ketogenic diet is going to have a lot of health properties for you. It's going to lower your blood sugar to almost nothing because you're not eating any sugar or carbohydrates. And this is going to result also in, I don't want you to be scared about your heart and eating all this fat, because this is actually a myth. This is something that I mentioned at the beginning. It's fabulous. The ketogenic diet, due to the fact that you're not eating any sugars, you're eating all this fat, you might be worried about, oh my God, what about my cholesterol? Well, actually, it's been proven that all the fat that you're eating, and eating saturated fat, lowers serum cholesterol, which is the blood cholesterol, which is actually what any doctors would tell you is the dangerous part. So your cholesterol, your good cholesterol levels are all going to drop, and your bad cholesterol levels, your good cholesterol levels will rise, and your bad cholesterol levels will drop. So to summarize, we're going to be healthier. We're going to eat fantastic, delicious things like meat and bacon and avocado and cheese and eggs and anything else. Just Google green vegetables or low-carb, high-fat foods, and you'll be able to find lots and lots of sources, including almost every hot sauce if you like hot foods. It's kind of a bonus. I know it's weird, I know it's different, but I encourage you to try it for 30 days. If you can muster it, you're going to feel great. Another thing that I realized just in the last week is your body is using these ketones for energy, and they are way more energy than I ever expected, and I can get way more done than I ever expected. I used to be a huge procrastinator, and now I'm just running in circles, including my mouth right now. You'll have more energy than you did before. You'll be healthier than you were before. Your body will be burning the fat that you may not want unless it's wintertime, more than you ever have before. It's healthier. It's better. I encourage you to try it at least for 30 days. You won't regret it. Be fabulous.